This is WARZONEJONES, and this is my video about Batista. We'll talk about Batista's career overall. Basically all my opinions on Batista. Now, Batista apparently is finally gone. After all the talk about Batista that he was going to retire, and I heard he was going to retire like 2 years ago. Apparently, he thought they retired 2 years ago, a year ago. Apparently, he thought they retired a couple of months ago. Like, he was saying that this is going to be Batista's last week. I'm guessing that maybe he signed an extension in his contract so he can have that next match with John Cena, and just keep having a couple more matches with John Cena. I guess they wanted to have a series of matches with him, with John Cena, but between Batista and John Cena. But let's start from the beginning of Batista's career. Now, in the WWE, when he came to the WWE, I first saw Batista as Deacon Batista. He was a deacon. He was Reverend Devon, Deacon. That's what he was. He would come out there, and he had a bald head. He had a collection plate, and he basically collect money from the fans. So he'll collect all these money from the fans, and he'll sometimes wrestle with Reverend Devon. He'll watch his back. He was sort of like his manager, so to say. He wasn't a manager, but he was watching his back when he was wrestling. Now, after a while, those two had broke up. Can't remember the reason why they had broke up. I guess Reverend Devon was being too disrespectful, because I remember he knocked him through a door one time when they was arguing. But he shied on from that, and he went on his own for a little while. But after a while, he joined Evolution was a great stable. That was real smart for him to join Evolution. It was a four-man group: Randy Orton, Ric Flair, Triple H, and then you got none other than the Animal, Batista. Now, he was in this group. Now, when he was in this group, the focal point of this group, as far as you want to make a star, it wasn't Batista, it was Randy Orton. Randy Orton was built to be the future of that group. He was built to be the next big thing. He was built to be the next world champion. That's what they did with Randy Orton, and that's what they did, and that's what he became. He became the future, and he became the world champion, and you really didn't pay too much attention to Batista. Now, he was tag teaming with Ric Flair. He had won the world title, the tag team world titles with Ric Flair, but I don't think they didn't really have a long reign. They had like a month reign, a 2-month reign. They never had a long reign as the world tag team champions, Batista and Ric Flair. But nonetheless, that's okay, because after a while, they started to build up Batista. Now, I remember hearing Triple H say in somebody's DVD, I think it was Batista's DVD, the Batista DVD, he had said that everybody's paying attention to Randy Orton because, he's the future and he's becoming the next big thing. He said what the person who really the future was, it was Batista. That's how he felt. He felt like Batista was really the future and that he was going to be the next big thing and he was going to be the next world champion, which he pretty much became. Triple H, he can build anybody like that. He could put anybody over like that. If you want that guy to be the next world champion, he can do that. So that lets you know how tight Batista and Triple H really work. As a matter of fact, I even remember hearing Kurt Angle say that in a radio interview a while back, he had said that Triple H had walked up to him and said that Batista was the future. And Kurt Angle said that he looked at Triple H when he said it, and looked at him like he was a zombie or something. Like, Kurt Angle just didn't feel that way. He didn't believe it because he said, well, that guy keeps getting hurt, he's clumsy, and basically that he wasn't all that what Randy Orton was, to be honest with you. But other than that, after a while, Batista shied from Evolution, and he was becoming a big star. They was building this guy to be the next big thing. He's building this guy to be the next big world champion. He had won the Royal Rumble. He had faced Triple H at WrestleMania for the world title, and he beat Triple H, and this is when Batista finally blew over, and he became a big star, and this is when Batista became the biggest star in the company, because at one point, Batista was the biggest star in the company. When he won that world title, he was the biggest star in the company, or at least it seemed that way to me. But after that, after a while, he feuded on with Triple H, a couple more matches, and he kept beating Triple H. Now, once again, this is Triple H helping the guy get over. He kept beating Triple H. After a while, Triple H had said, I quit, I'm leaving. But after a while, they did the draft. He got drafted to SmackDown, and this is when everything started to pretty much shut down for for Batista, because a lot of the guys on SmackDown apparently didn't like Batista for whatever reason. I guess they feel like he came up too fast and he didn't, what they say, cut your teeth and pay your dues. And I guess a lot of those guys felt like that. But because he had fights with so many people, guys like Booker T. Him and Booker T had a real life actual fight backstage, and I've seen pictures of these guys' faces. Batista's face, and when I seen the Batista face, it looked like he probably got his ass whooped, to be honest with you. Like he probably lost the fight. And if you look at Booker T's face, from what I remember, it looked like he got hit in the face, but Batista's face just looked a little bit worse, to be honest with you. So Batista probably got his ass whooped by Booker T. But nonetheless, let's move on from that. One day he wrestles Mark Henry, and Mark Henry injures him. He hurts him. He puts him out. Mark Henry takes his big 600-pound body or 500-pound body or however much he weighs, and he just splashes on Batista while Batista was on the ground. And I can't remember what body part he had injured. Probably was his arm or something, or his bicep or something. But he got hurt, and he had to sit out. And he had announced that he was about to sit out, and you thinking that he's about to retire, but now he's just sitting out for a couple of months on the sideline because, well, he's hurt. Now, after he's hurt, he comes back. And something happened. To me, Batista wasn't as good when he came back. And that's when I started not to become as big as a fan of Batista is when he came back, he just wasn't as good. I mean, his wrestling matches, to me, were boring. A lot of his matches were boring to me. And when he just came back, everything, it's just like all the momentum he had was just gone. It was just gone, period. His matches wasn't as good. A lot of things he was doing wasn't as good, at least in my opinion. So thus, I really wasn't a fan of Batista anymore. And I wouldn't even consider myself back then necessarily a smart wrestling fan. I was still a big wrestling fan, but not like smart, like how we IWC people think we are. Not like that. And this is back in, 2005, 2004, somewhere around that time. But other than that, after a while, Batista had to change. He had to go heel because the whole babyface thing wasn't really working out for him. At least in my opinion, he was just getting tired, and you could tell that he was trying to be cool. But other than that, though, when he went heel, to me, he rejuvenated his career, and that was the most I enjoyed Batista in a long time. It's his heel run. So his heel run, to me, is his best run. Probably not to you, but to me. So his heel run was probably his best run. It's a shame that it's a shame that he's gone, because I really started to enjoy Batista again as a heel. I enjoyed him. I don't know if you enjoyed him, but I enjoyed him. So, and though Batista's gone, he's doing movies now. I don't know what type of movies this guy is doing. I really think he's about to do a bunch of low-budget movies. I don't know. But Batista's gone. I'm guessing, he wants to spend more time with his family, which is understandable. And we'll see, we'll see where Batista's going to go from here. I actually heard that Batista's probably going to play Marcus Phoenix, from the video game Gears of War. That's just what I heard. I don't know if it's necessarily true, but that's just something that I've heard. But Batista is clearly, he's one of the biggest stars since the Attitude Era. He had to be the number 2 spot of that. So John Cena is clearly number 1. So Batista's gone. I'm not really too sad about it. I'm not necessarily happy about it. I'm just okay with it. I can get over Batista being gone. But Batista's gone, and I just said that. So that's this video. Those are my thoughts. Comment what you think of Batista's last heel run. What do you think of his last run, period? So, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. This is Warzone Jones, and I'm out.